Hey everyone, and welcome back. So doing a news update today, as well as a sort of a mini update, just stuff on my end. I'll do that at the end of the video. But first up, I do have a couple of announcements I do want to cover for this news video. So waiting on more details on this, but coming this July from Warner Brothers is a 4K release of National Lampoon's Vacation. I assume as far as extras go, it's probably going to mimic the pre-existing Blu-ray, but you never know. It could be maybe a new interview or something on it. Again, once details are released, I will cover that. Coming May 23rd from Paramount is a standard release of the 4K release of The Running Man. Now, they did release that in a limited edition steelbook, which has been out now for a while, but this is just going to be the standard release. So for those of you who didn't want the steelbook and didn't want to pay the prices for a steelbook, standard release is due out in May, and so that one should be a lot cheaper. And coming from Sony on June 30th is a 4K release of Insidious, the original film. Now, it is going to be a steelbook release, it looks like, originally, but much like some of these other ones, I'm sure standard release will come out down the line. Looks like it's basically two discs, a 4K disc and a Blu-ray disc. And even the Blu-ray, I think it's kind of identical to the one that's already out, maybe. Doesn't really have much on it. It's got Horror 101, the exclusive seminar, and then On Set with Insidious, and that's it. But the 4K disc does have a 4K transfer approved by James Wan. I don't know if this is new or semi-new anyway. It will be in Dolby Vision HDR. Now, the new thing is it will have a Dolby Atmos track, as well as the original 5.1 audio mix, and it will have the theatrical trailer as well on the 4K disc. All those other extras, or the other two extras, are on the Blu-ray. And again, that is due out June 20th. Two announcements from Kino. The first one is for a Blu-ray that's coming later this year, and that is of the movie Death Machine. From 1994, it's going to have a new 2K scan from the original 35mm Inter Positive. And again, that is going to be a Blu-ray only. No details outside of that just yet. Again, that's due out later this year. A lot of stuff from Kino is due out later this year, so hopefully some of that stuff is still coming. And then the next one is a 4K release of the classic Night of the Hunter, due out May 30th. And that'll be both a 4K and a Blu-ray release. It's got a 4K scan from the 35mm original camera negative. It's got an audio commentary by novelist and critic Tim Lucas, isolated music and effects soundtrack, Love and Hate, filmmaker Ernest Dickerson on The Night of the Hunter, Little Lambs, actress Kathy Garver on The Night of the Hunter, Hung Hang Hung, artist Joe Coleman on The Night of the Hunter, as well as a theatrical trailer, and have a limited edition slipcase. Usually it's, I think, for like the first pressing or whatever. But very cool. That is getting a 4K release. That should look really good. That's one of those like stark black and white films that should look really great in 4K. And Criterion has announced their June titles. These first two, I believe, are Blu-ray only, if I'm not mistaken. First up is Medicine for Melancholy, and that's getting a new master approved by director Barry Jenkins and director of photography James Laxton with 5.1 surround. A new audio commentary featuring Barry Jenkins, commentary from 2008 featuring Jenkins, producer Justin Barbie, and Cherry Salter, and editor Nat Sanders. A new program about the making of the film, camera test footage and blooper reel, as well as the trailer, and that is coming out June 20th. Also coming June 20th is The Servant. That's getting a new 4K restoration of the film with uncompressed mono soundtrack. New program on director Joseph Lucy. I hope one of those is correct. By film critic Sarah Smith. Rare interview from 1976 with a director by critic Michael Cement. Interview from 1996 with screenwriter Harold Pinter. Interviews with actors Dirk Bogarde, James Fox, Sarah Miles, and Wendy Craig, as well as the trailer. And then the next two are 4K releases. So first one is a new 4K release of the classic Jean Reno film, The Rules of the Game. That is a new 4K restoration of the film with uncompressed mono soundtrack, and that'll be a 4K and a Blu-ray release. It looks like the Blu-ray disc is, I think, identical to the one that they've already had out for a while. There's not really much on the 4K disc. I think the 4K disc pretty much just has the movie on it, and that is estimated for June. It's coming out June 6th. And then the other 4K one, which actually I'm pretty excited about, is Time Bandits getting a 4K release. release. And that is a new 4K restoration of the film, supervised by director Terry Gilliam, with an uncompressed stereo soundtrack, as well as it's going to be in Dolby Vision, HDR. And same thing, it's going to have the 4K disc and the Blu-ray disc, and I think all the extras are pretty much on the Blu-ray disc. So I assume the Blu-ray is probably going to be identical to the one they've already had out for a while. And that is coming June 13th. That's actually one I'm excited about. I think that should look pretty good in 4K as well. You know, Terry Gilliam's style, I think, kind of lends itself to some of these restorations. And Scream Factory has released the details on their upcoming 4K release of The Haunting of Julia, which is estimated for April 18th, so not too far away. It looks like it's got a couple of nice extras on it. So again, that's going to be a 4K and a Blu-ray combo pack. It's got a new 4K restoration by Scream Factory from the original camera negative in Dolby Vision, as well as the original mono soundtrack. It's got a new audio commentary track by director Richard Loncraine and film historian Simon Fitzjohn. The include Blu-ray has the new transfer, as well as the commentary track, but also has an introduction to the film by director Richard Loncraine. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name okay. Park Life, Simon Fitzjohn revisits the locations from the film. Coming Full Circle, an interview with actor Tom Conti. The Fear of Growing Up, an interview with actress Samantha Gates. And A Haunting retrospective, film critic author Kim Newman looks at this underrated ghost story. So it looks like actually a nice little special edition. Again, coming April 18th. Also want to cover this quick update from Second Sight Films on Martin, their upcoming 4K release of Martin. You can see they posted this to Facebook just earlier today. Office copies of Martin are in, and it is looking delicious if we do say so ourselves. Available for March 27th. Be sure to secure a copy now. I just love that picture of the set kind of all set up. It just looks so good. I can't wait to get mine. Again, that is a UK release, so I had to, here in the States, I ordered my copy from a Diabolic DVD, so hopefully I will get it not too long after. You know, they usually get it maybe a week to 2 weeks after the UK release, and then they ship them out from there. So I'm hoping early to mid-April. Hopefully I'll have it in hands, and I will do a review of it. And I also do want to cover this update from the Digital Bits regarding some James Cameron films. So supposedly they ran into John Landau, who's produced several of James Cameron's films. Now I'm going to put this as a rumor only because I've heard these for so many years, including from James Cameron himself from several years ago, about a lot of his films. At the time getting Blu-ray releases and now 4K releases. Fingers crossed, because boy, we've been waiting forever, because a lot of his films never even got a Blu-ray release. Like, this is kind of bizarre. So yeah, as far as 4K releases, it looks like we could be getting 4K releases this year, maybe, of Titanic, Avatar, or Avatar for sure. My guess is that would definitely be coming. Titanic makes sense. The other two rather, would be The Abyss and True Lies, which would be fantastic. We're so overdue on both of those. So I'm gonna have fingers crossed on that, because I was kind of thinking about it. I was like, we're missing so many of James Cameron's films in 4K. I think the only one we have now is Terminator 2, and that was kind of a botched release. And it's like, you know, we don't have the original Terminator. Again, we don't have The Abyss. We don't have Aliens still. We don't have, obviously, True Lies, Titanic, you know. It's kind of weird. It's like, you know, James Cameron, and we have literally like almost none of his films in 4K. Like, that's so bizarre. So hopefully we get at least some of them this year, and hopefully the rest, you know, over the course of the next like year or two. So fingers crossed on a lot of those, because yeah, we need them. And just a quick update on my end. I'm just doing, there's so much kind of going on. You know, sometimes delays happen because, you know, real life kind of steps in. So I decided not to kind of put specific deadlines on certain things. You know, I'm going to try and get to certain things when I can, but I do have some good news of stuff that I definitely do want to tackle. So today, actually, and hopefully by the time you're watching this, I'll have it in my hands, and that is the new 4K release from Cauldron Films of City of the Living Dead, aka The Gates of Hell. That new 4K release of the Lucio Fulci classic. So obviously I will be doing a review of that, and I should also be getting the new 4K release of The Exorcist 3, the Scream Factory release. Should have that pretty much any day now, which again, I will be doing a review on that one as well. And my Vinegar Syndrome monthly order should be arriving just in a couple days as well. So I think it's going to be time for another pickups video finally, and then again some more reviews in the long run. And I actually did get a new piece for this room. I think I teased it before. Some of you I think already know what it is, and I actually already shot part of that video, just need to shoot the rest of it, and then that will be uploaded soon. And finally, I will actually have some stuff going up on the new Star Wars channel pretty soon. I actually did already record sort of what I'm calling my intro video. I just need to finish editing it, and then that'll be going up. So there'll be stuff slowly kind of working its way on that channel pretty soon. Still have to come up with like a logo and stuff. I still don't know what the heck that's going to be, but it's a work in progress. So I think I got to everything. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. Let me know your thoughts on some of these announcements. And thank you guys so much for your patience with me these last couple months. I'm almost at the point where this is going to be a little bit more full-time. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm almost there. So just bear with me a little bit longer. And also quick, happy St. Patrick's Day to all of those of you who celebrate it. I know, me being originally from Chicago is definitely a big deal when I was in Chicago. So just want to send that out to you guys. I'll definitely do a cheers to all of you later today. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.